I've actually peeled about 8 little small apples. The recipe calls for 3 cups of apples. These were some apples that I had left over in the refrigerator that my little great-granddaughter didn't eat. So I said, why not make an apple cake? The recipe is 3 cups of apples, 1 1/4 cup of oil, 2 cups of sugar, 2 eggs, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 1 cup of chopped nuts, 3 cups of flour, half a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of nutmeg, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. So yeah, that's what we're doing today. We're in the kitchen making an apple cake, you guys. Thought I'd bring you along with me. Instead of using nutmeg, I'm using ground mace. But this is so much better, y'all. But it's expensive, but it's so much better than nutmeg. So whenever I get a recipe that calls for nutmeg, I don't use it no more. I use ground mace. If you haven't tried this, I don't know what you've been doing. Because I was like, what have I been doing? So we're gonna measure out 3 cups of apples. So I'm just gonna put the lid on the apples and set them aside. And I'm gonna measure out all the other ingredients. This cake takes a lot of flour. I'm just pouring it in this bowl here. My daughter did just call, and I started to ask her to bring me a big bowl because my bowl is not going to be big enough at all. I think I'm going to call her and ask her to bring me a big bowl. That's what I'm going to do. Okay, so I was able to get my daughter to bring my bowl. I have all my dry ingredients mixed up in here, and this is not the way the recipe calls for it, but I went ahead and done it because I was falling behind. Now somebody else is in here. Okay, so I got the cake made and it's getting ready to go in the oven. That was my nephew at the door, so I had to stop with the video. The cake turned out pretty thick and it kind of scared me at first, but I have to remember there's 3 cups of apples in here. So I'm going to get it in the oven. It bakes for 40 to 50 minutes at 350. Here's the cake. I almost forgot to even video the finished product. Cake is almost half gone before I remembered to video. I had so many interruptions, you guys, but it is delicious. It tastes so good. I also forgot to put the vanilla in it, so yeah. Here's the cake. My nephew and his family came, so I got kind of turned around. So what I done was mixed up a little bit of powdered sugar with a little bit of almond milk, and I put the vanilla in the powdered sugar, and I just poured it on top. So thanks for watching, guys. I'm exhausted.